what is this I hear about Sarah Logan stealing somebody's gimmick?
So I got home. So Friday night, which I'll get more in depth in the show. So Friday night, I went to a wrestling show at a brewery. Got home, was scanning through Twitter, trying to miss Rampage. I mean, I was gonna watch Rampage, but not right that second. And so I was trying to miss Rampage things, and I was just trying to catch up. I was scrolling, and I was like, "Wait a minute!" And I scrolled back, and I was like, "This says Sarah Logan returned," and she completely stole Max the Impaler's look. Like
I wish I meant to like get pictures from you so that
I'm sure
if
you've been,
if you haven't,
if you have not left
a
Twitter
Google machine, which you do because you're watching this, then you can go Google machine it.
Mm-hmm. Or if you're still on Twitter and have not left, then I'm sure you saw all the jokes that people got off this weekend. So she just stole her entire look, down from the hairstyle, and Max has a green braid. Sarah has the green braid. The face paint was exactly the same. Like, it literally was a carbon. Like, there used to be, when E used to have, what is the name? The fashion. What the hell is the name of the show? Joan Rivers was the host, and Melissa Rivers was on there with her.
I know what
they had a segment called "Bitch Stole My Look," and that's literally what this was. That is.
I'm not usually into that stuff, but Joan Rivers was a funny bitch, and
and I typically would not watch it, especially. But that's it. Literally, what I thought of was "Bitch Stole My Look," because that is exactly what happened. And
now, do you think that she did that on her own? Do you think that WWE?
No, I think she did it, and one reason I think that she did do it that way is because Heidi Howitzer, who is Max, they tagged frequently together. Heidi said that Sarah went to Max's hair lady to get the same hairstyle. She sought her out. So, yes, I think Sarah straight up. I think Sarah thought.
What's the impetus for her to do that?
I guess because
she thinks that no one knows who Max the Impaler is because she's on the indies, and that's
not that she's been. And I was like, she's been in. Sorry, wrong pronoun. Max is pronouns are they them, so I apologize.
Sorry.
Max has been in AEW. They have wrestled on Dark or Elevation like once or twice. They have been frequently in NWA, like recently within like the last few episodes in NWA. They were in TJPW a couple of weeks ago.
Okay, so
they were in Women of Honor when they did that stuff, because there is a lot of wrestling. You either wrestle men or women. That's how a lot of it is. And so they made the choice to wrestle women for Women of Honor. So they have been everywhere but WWE, basically. And so I guess that was the thought, because, Sarah is very into the Viking culture. I think that's where her lineage comes from. Her husband's lineage comes from that. They're doing a lot of the Viking stuff.
That's so great. I guess there's tons to choose from. There's tons to choose from. My husband read about 10,000 pages on the Vikings last year because he went down a giant clickhole. And I hear many, many, many stories. And there's all kinds of stuff to pull from, folks.
Right.
You don't have to steal anybody's gimmick. There are so many gimmicks in the history of the Vikings.
I mean, literally, if there is ever a reason to use a cease and desist, that would be like that is I've never seen a more
that's
cut.
That's shitty.
It is.
I'm just gonna say it like that.
It is shitty, and what even makes it, I think, even more shitty is she took it from a non-binary person who already has enough issues trying to exist in the world and getting recognition. And then you have a you have a white cisgendered woman who has taken her gimmick or taken their gimmick from them.
That's
and so
gross.
I think that it is gross, and I know people are just, but yeah, that point was made. I saw somebody made that they were like, they took that. That's a white woman taking it from a non-binary person. And then you think about it, especially in wrestling, there are not that many non-binary people. And
the acceptance level is still only because of things like, I mean, honestly, maybe Impact a little, but certainly AEW is where you've gotten any real traction with that because they were willing to bring in more than just your average wrestler.
And they
GCW is on TV a lot, and they have a lot of different. I mean, they're on Fight TV. They're not on network TV.
But they are, and then there's there's IWTV and subscription streaming services that. So yes, there are a lot more visibility than there has been in previous years.
But still,
but that's also
that's
Max has
so gross.
It is gross, and Max has such a unique look that everybody immediately realized she took that look. But that's almost because I was thinking of Abaddon is somebody else who has such a unique look. And Abaddon is also non-binary, even though their nickname is the living dead girl. Their pronouns are they them, and it took a very long time for them to even use the correct pronouns. Excalibur would just say Abaddon, and would generally not say she.
Try not to use pronouns.
But other people were still referring to Abaddon as she, her. And then this past week, Paul White and
JR, right?
No, it was because it was on Elevation. It was Paul. Was it Excalibur? No, it was Taz.
I know you tweeted about it.
Yeah, but they did use the correct pronouns for Abaddon. They were using they and their, and I was like, see, it's not that hard. And I know you have to sometimes think about what you're saying, especially in a situation like that. But they finally got because I've tweeted on and off about it for months about how they were misgendering Abaddon. They were not using the correct terms. And then I noticed where Excalibur would just say Abaddon and just use their name, which also works. And so you see these people. And so Abaddon has such a unique look. If you turn on WWE and somebody comes out looking exactly like Abaddon, you would know that they are straight up stealing that from her. And I don't think it's not a parody situation where there was China and then WCW had Asia or the Goldberg Gilbert thing. It's not a parody type of thing. She's not trying to parody Max. She's just straight up stealing their look. And that is really gross and very problematic. And she deserves all the dragging that she took this weekend because there are quite a few people who were dragging her. And and then just knowing that she went to Max's hair person just solidified she knew what she was doing because she went.
She's bullshit.
And she has the green, not only is it the exact same hairstyle, Max has that strand of hair that is green, and Sarah had it too. It just, I was really annoyed.
In a world of entertainment and creativity, you should not be taking somebody else's gimmick.
No, and people were getting because Sarah is openly anti-vax, and people were making jokes saying that she was vaccinated against originality.
Yeah,
that was the joke. That was the joke.
There you go.
That was the joke I kept seeing this weekend.
That's what you get, honey.
Yeah, I was she does exactly. She did all the dragging she's receiving. She deserves every
you deserve
single
to
bit
get
of it.
buried.
So it'll be interesting to see what they do with Sarah on the next. Will they make her? Will she? She's got the hair, so I don't. It's not obviously very easy.
I don't have a lot of confidence that WWE gives them.
Yeah, so I don't know that they will, if she will change her, or if she'll just be like, I changed my face paint, so now it's not the same. Well, we all know where you got it from. We saw the pictures. So.
Okay, Vanilla Ice. Yours goes doon 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 doon, and his goes doon 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 doon.
Yeah, that's really what that.
And if you get that reference, congratulations.
Yes, you have watched Behind the Music.
You won.
you have watched Behind the Music, and you know. My sister and I still talk about
anytime I hear someone say something like that when they steal, that is the meme that goes into my head. It's Vanilla Ice.
It's a good one.
It's because it's dude, we know you stole it. I know a lot of people don't agree about it, but the Pete Satriani versus Coldplay stealing of song was. Now I'm getting off onto a song tangent. Do you see what this horrible, gross behavior has done to me? I've gone
Well, and then it just shows you how prevalent it is in entertainment, in the pop culture and stuff like that. But yeah, So anyway, Sarah stole her look, and she should be dragged for it and should be shamed for it.
Shame bell.
Yeah, she should be shamed for it. And yeah, so
I have no sympathy for you. You're getting what you deserve on. And I don't often believe that people should get that, but if you're gonna open your mouth, you know what? If you're gonna, this is the free speech thing. It's freedom of speech, not freedom from consequence.
Yep. Well, and just that,
and expression too.
Right, and it's not cancel culture; it's accountability.
No, come on.
Cancel culture does not exist. It's being held accountable. It's being accountable for your actions. And if you do stupid stuff like straight up stealing somebody else's look, then the consequences are that you're going to get dragged on Twitter for it. And this podcast.
So she's praying that Twitter goes completely down because she doesn't want to hear it anymore.
She's praying for Twitter.
So Sarah Logan is anti-Elon. Okay, so we figured it out. So she is anti-Elon.